Welcome back, friends. As many of you have requested me to share my answer scripts, so I'm making this video. So I thought of instead of merely uploading the PDF of the answer sheet, I thought of discussing my answers, okay, and to highlight what are the best points in that, and to explore what are the ways we can further refine the answer, further enhance the answer. Okay, so let's begin with this. So this here we'll be discussing a answer on alienation. Okay, I picked the topic alienation because each and every one of you are aware of this concept of alienation, very easy concept of Karl Marx. Okay, before beginning with this, let's have a look of this question. What is alienation, and discuss the different ways in which the worker is estranged from the meaning of work and relations of work. Okay, please focus on the question. It's once again, what is alienation? Discuss the different ways in which the worker is estranged from the meaning of work and relations of work. The moment in exam, okay, we come across the term alienation. Okay, we think, wow, alienation is a very easy concept given by Karl Marx, and that the four dimensions of alienation from product, process, process, production, environment, and self. We think we all know the four dimensions of alienation, and most of the people will start the answer with Karl Marx and end the answer with Karl Marx. Okay, that is a very naive, that is very juvenile way, that is very basic way of writing an answer. Okay, so this is the answer from one of my test scripts. Okay, this answer is 8B. Okay, so I have in a hurry towards the end, due to the paucity of the time, I have written this answer in a hurry. So mostly it is in the point format. Okay, so one important thing we need to focus is the examiner, or here the question is not exclusively about Karl Marx. Okay, so we should explore on the other dimensions. If the examiner wants to know about the Karl Marx theory of alienation, he would have specifically mentioned about Karl Marx theory of alienation. Here, it is only mentioning of alienation. So, very basic introduction this is. In fact, I am not at all satisfied with the introduction. Karl Marx highlights the act of production is central to human production. In this process of production, due to exploitative class relations, one becomes alienated. Okay, very in fact, I am not happy with the my introduction itself. Okay, since okay, please bear with my handwriting. Okay, since I was writing very swiftly, although most of your many of your handwritings are very legible than me. Okay, kindly bear with me. Okay, this thing. So instead of starting with this Karl Marx, in fact, here they use the word estranged. Okay, I feel like I would have started the idea of alienation, okay, from the concept of self estrangement, okay, given by Hegel. Okay, I mean, tracing the origin, since he was talking about alienation, and there we'd have talked about the idea of estrangement. The idea of self estrangement was given by Hegel. Later, the concept was popularized by Karl Marx by applying it in the capitalist societies. In fact, I feel it would be one best way of introduction by tracing the origin of the concept. Okay, or if you want, okay, um, if in the current context or something, okay, if we want to interlink, we can write it in a introduction can be in a current format, like the pandemic induced, the pandemic induced enemy, or the pandemic infused anxieties. Okay, since it is in 2021, okay, that would be right. Or in fact, you can start with the answer with the other the economic, the recent economic survey also has talked about the event of polycrisis. Okay, the economic survey also has referred to the concept of polycrisis, where the rising inflation, the Ukraine crisis, and all these things. Okay, the anxieties induced by polycrisis in the contemporary times has um, has given more currency to the concept of alienation. Thus, in this light, in the current times, the concept of alienation becomes important. Okay, so this is an introduction in terms of linking with the current context. Okay, that would be the better introductions. Either you can start with the origin of the concept, or you can link it with the current affairs. Okay, after writing the introduction, okay, then I have given a very short and sweet definition. Thus, alienation can be defined as domination of dead labor over living labor. Who is dead labor, sir? Here, when Marx presents, okay, dead labor mean the capital or the technology. Over living labor mean humans. Okay, in short and sweet, we have defined the alienation. Thus alienation can be defined as a domination of dead labor over living labor. Okay, and then in short, I have explained about the different ways of the four forms of alienation from production, from production process, self, and from environment. Okay, so most of the people, what these people, as soon as they see the concept alienation, most of the people in detail they will keep writing about, explaining about from product, how you will be writing two sentence. Most of you will be focusing on this aspect, but please see, once again remember, the question is merely asking on alienation. So we need to explore the other dimensions of alienation. Who are the other scholars talked about the alienation? So just here till here I have talked about the Karl Marx, and then okay, since I am running short of this question, so I have just in a point wise. Okay, Herbert Marcuse in his book Unidimensional Man. Hope most of you are aware. Okay, he talks about the concept of false needs. What are false needs, sir? From morning to evening, the worker will work in a factory. Okay, in the evening, in his lust for leisure, okay, in his lust for leisure, he will exchange all the hard work and all the hard work. Okay, he trades his hard work for money. So as soon as he earns the money, in his lust to realize in pursuit of leisure, he spends all the money he earned. Suppose from morning to evening, I have been working on one factory. Okay, I earned money. So by seeing the advertisements and all these things, I want Apple phone. So what I'm spending or any other luxurious goods, I spend the money. Okay, again, so again from money, from capitalist. Okay, you are a worker. You are receiving the money from capitalist. You are a worker. Again, when you are purchasing something, iPhone or any other luxurious items, again you are sending, passing the money to capitalist. So this is false needs. Herbert Marcuse calls alienation is due to the false needs. This is one idea. Okay, A.R. Hochschild. Okay, A.R. Hochschild. She in her study of Delta Airlines and all these things. Hochschild. In her study of Delta Airlines and all these things, she talks about emotional labor leading to alienation. What is emotional labor, sir? Most of you, most of the time, many times you have seen. Okay, when you get into the flight, okay, irrespective of the nature and the tiring job of the air hostess, she always want to keep smiling. Okay, so this is emotional labor. So AR Hostel talks about that. Okay, next here it is George Ridger. Okay, we all know this one. Max Weber talks about alienation is due to Max Weber talks about alienation is due to bureaucracy. Sometimes bureaucracy can also lead to alienation. The same idea is later further expressed by George Ridger. So that is what I have written. Irrationality of rationality in bureaucracy leading to alienation. Irrationality of rationality in bureaucracy means that you are completely rule bound. You will not deviate from rules. Always you say rules should be given primacy. For example, this one in Munna by MBBS movie, we come across one scene. Okay, one emergency case comes into the hospital. Okay, where the doctor asks them to first this one take into the emergency room and get the operation done. But the hospital administration says that no, first they should fill the admission form. Filling the admission form before getting any treatment is a rule, but that should be given exception in terms of emergency cases. What happens that in emergency cases, if you give importance to filling all the finishing all the admissions and all these things, the patient may lose his life. That is what irrationality of rationality. In the case of emergency also, when you emphasize on following the rule bound order, that is irrationality of rationality. Okay, irrationality of rationality in bureaucracy leads to alienation. In fact, George Ridger is the one who gave the concept of McDonaldization. Okay, where he emphasized on the four ideas of calculability, predictability, efficiency, uh, and one more thing I couldn't recollect. Okay, just once check what are the four elements of this one, sir. McDonaldization. Next one, feminist scholars. Okay, so many feminist scholars, they emphasize that, okay, the twin evils of capitalism and patriarchy is leading to housewifeization. Okay, so women are most of the we know many surveys also says most of the domestic chores or the domestic drudgery is done by women. So it leading to housewifeization. This is the concept given by Maria Mears. So when women are largely focusing on these aspects, it is leading to thus largely focused on domestic chores, leading to alienation. Okay, so that is the point we have written. And here we have talked about C.W. Mills. Okay, C.W. Mills is the one who gave the concept of power elite also. So C.W. Mills talks about prostitutization of personality. What is prostitutization of personality, sir? In the contemporary times, okay, so you are not respected as a person. Okay, you are respected because you are a person with skills. Like you are an this one, you are an engineer, or you are an some marketing guy, you are an sales executive, and all these things. So persons with skills, you are not respected as a person, but you are respected for your skills. That is what he calls as portfolio workers. Okay, so in service sector, he calls these terms as prostitutization of personality. So this also leading to one form of alienation. In fact, in the post-industrial societies, okay, Shoshna Zuboff, in fact, the name of a very nice book, sir, Surveillance Capitalism. Okay, in her book, Shoshna Zuboff, in her book, this one talks about capitalism. What is the surveillance capitalism, sir? Where you are monitored 24 by 7. Okay, if you are working in some IT sector or something, what kind of activities you are doing, 24 by 7, the capitalist monitors. So you will not have that some freedom. So leading to digital bonded labor or digital serf. We know, right? This feudal lord and feudal serf, like digital serf. Or for example, in the times of, to an extent, if you say this one, on the other day I was talking about very Juliet Score. Okay, she has written one book known as After the Gig. In this book, she talks about in gig economy. Generally, it is believed that in gig economy, everyone you are doing a freelance job. What is freelance job, sir? Job according to your choice and according to your time, according to your interest. So generally, it is believed that in gig economy, the alienation instead of alienation, we see the trends of de-alienation. Okay, but Juliet's course says that the platform parasites, the gig worker is at the mercy of platform parasites. Who are platform parasites? Are the aggregators like Ola is a cab aggregator, Uber is a cab aggregator, Swiggy, Zomato, and all these things. Okay. In fact, it is said that now authority is being shifted to, okay, earlier the power in the institutional leadership. Now we are giving importance to the algorithms, okay, authority of algorithms. Okay, because we most of the times we keep on hearing the cab drivers and all requesting, sir, please give nice feedback, because when you give nice feedback, his chances of earning more will be increased. Okay, these are the things we have discussed. Okay, in fact, if you want to extend one more idea, we can talk about the risk societies. Okay, Ulrich Beck. What's during the time of pandemic, COVID pandemic also. Okay, in fact, we are also distressed. Okay, so pandemic anxiety. or risk anxiety leads to alienation. Okay, one more point if you want to explore, you can highlight on these dimensions also. So towards the end, I have written a very basic conclusion. Thus alienation exists at various levels and various forms. However, okay, so till now we have discussed about there is a alien, we are experiencing alienation. Okay, towards the end I came up with, we have presented the other idea. However, rise of gig economy or creative works leading to de-alienation to an extent. Okay, so overall this is the approach to answer. Okay, so you can make note of this value addition points and all these things. Okay, so one more important thing once again I need to highlight is, whenever a question talks about this thing alienation, don't narrow down the scope of question by just merely talking about Karl Marx. Everyone will talk about Karl Marx. If you do so, for a 20 marks answer you will be getting around 9 to 10 marks. There's nothing wrong in it, sir. Mains, it's a fight for each and every mark. Okay, so that's the reason, to enhance our marks valuation you can add all these dimensions. Thank you so much.